everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here today using my trusty TBR jar to pick my January TBR. I am looking a bit dishevelled, we will acknowledge that. I've barely got any makeup on, hair's a bit of a mess, but I'm really in the mood to choose my January TBR. So we're just going to deal with the appearance and we're going to choose the TBR. I actually forgot I'm not even wearing my glasses, so let's put those on so that I can see properly. I've been using this TBR jar now for quite a while, hence why there's not that many prompts left in it. I've not been putting them back in. Once I've used them, I have kept them all, but I've not been putting them back in. So we're getting to the ends of it now. I've been doing it over on TikTok before I started this channel. So we're going to go from what is left. I think I'm going to choose maybe like 8 books because I am going to be focusing on my physical TBR in 2024, so I'm probably not going to be reading any or many ebooks in January. So we'll choose 8. I might not read that many, but that's the number we'll choose. It sounds like a sensible number. So if I can actually open the jar, that would be amazing. So I'm just gonna not look, stick my hand in here. And our first prompt, I've got 2. I'll leave one on my lap, we'll do that next. The first prompt is a pretty cover. Okay, I've got my TBR cart here. I can't have it in frame and me in frame. I don't think we'll both fit. Maybe if I move over a little bit, you can see a bit more of it there if I shift to the side. A pretty cover. I've got quite a lot of special edition fairy loot books that I bought in like a random bundle on Facebook Marketplace, and they have very pretty covers. So I'm thinking we might do one of those. Maybe this. I literally don't know anything about this book, but I think we'll go with this because that is a very pretty cover. It's called Star Daughter by Shweta Thakrar. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I would look it up, but obviously I didn't know I was going to choose this. But I think we're going to go with this. It is a very, very pretty cover. All I know is that this is a fantasy book. So we'll see how this goes. It'll be either in like a wrap-up or a reading vlog. And the next prompt that I picked out at the same time as the first one, a Kindle Unlimited romance. Right, I don't have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. It's literally just ended because I'm focusing on my physical TBR. But last time I checked, which was like 2 days ago, Culty is on Kindle Unlimited. I just happen to have a physical copy. So I'm going to choose Culty, even though I'm not going to read it on Kindle. This is a Kindle Unlimited romance, so we'll go with Culty. This is by Mariana Zapata. It's a sports romance between, I think, a coach and, what do you call her? A coachee? The person being coach. It is their romance, and it's quite a chunky book. It's slow burn. I think it's like hate to love kind of vibes that I don't think they get on very well in the beginning. So I've been meaning to read this for such a long time. I love Mariana Zapata's books. For some reason, I've just never got to call it, even though it's probably her most popular one. So I'm excited to finally be reading this. Right, next prompt. Fantasy. Oh, good. Okay. I think... See, I really want to read Powerless by Lauren Roberts, but the sequel doesn't come out until July. So I'm definitely not going to wait until July to read Powerless, but I think if I can push that off and like force myself not to read it for maybe just like another month, then I won't have to wait as long for the sequel. So I think I'm going to go with Crown of Midnight, and I'm going to carry on with the Throne of Glass series because I am really excited to carry on with it. So we're going to go with Crown of Midnight. I have obviously no idea what happens in this, and I can't really explain much because it's the second book in a series, but Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. Next one. A romance. I made these prompts and they're a bit crap. These are very broad. I think there are some really specific ones in there, like a book that begins with an S, but I'm just picking all the really broad ones. Right, a romance. I'm gonna go, I already know this because I've been meaning to read it for so long, if I can actually get it out. I'm gonna go with One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I believe this is a sapphic romance, I think set in New York, and it's something to do with like, I don't know if it's time travel, but like, is the time stuck or like time travel? It's something to do with time. And as I said, I believe it's a sapphic romance between 2 women set in New York. I love Casey McQuiston. Red, White and Royal Blue is one of my favourite books ever. But I really didn't like Shara Wheeler very much. So I am a bit nervous, but we'll give it a go. And hopefully this is nearer the Red, White and Royal Blue on terms of how much I enjoy it. Right, how many have we done? We've done 4, so we've got 4 more to do. The next one, a sci-fi. Okay, I'm going to do the Skyward Flight novellas, because I've got the last book in the Skyward series on here, Defiant, but I haven't read the novellas yet. This is chunky, but I think it's 3 novellas in here. So I'm going to choose this. I love the Skyward series, and I'm not typically a sci-fi kind of gal. I don't read sci-fi really at all, but I just love the Skyward series, and I am excited to finish it. So we'll go with these, read the novellas. So then hopefully, like, maybe next month, I'll be able to read Defiant, which is the last one in the series. 3 more to go. Next one, a book from your need to read pile. So essentially, I used to have a pile. I've now put them on a cart. So it's basically, I'm going to try and choose a book on here that I've had for quite a long time that I just haven't got to. I should really choose something like off the bottom shelf, because these are the ones down here that I really haven't been prioritising. I'm stuck between The Notebook, which I've never read and I bought from the works, and the Inheritance Games, but I feel like I'm actually excited about the Inheritance Games, and the point of that prompt is to try and get me to choose something that I need prompting to pick up, if that makes sense, something that I'm not going to pick up of my own volition. So I think I'm going to go with The Notebook. I know this is like so old, and I think I've not even seen the film. I don't even like fully know what this is about. I just know it's a romance. So we'll go with The Notebook. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more to go. I love doing this. It's so fun. Right, the next one, a classic. Does Ready Player One count? That's a classic, isn't it? Ready Player One. I would read Catch-22. I have a copy, but the font in my copy of Catch-22 here, oh God, it's awful. So I'm kind of avoiding that one because I just don't want to read the font in the copy that I bought. I'm sure this is a classic. We'll go with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And then 1 more to go. A book from an author you read before. Oh, okay. So an author that I have read from before. This is difficult. I think I'm going to have to go for the second one in a series, because other than that, I don't think there's really any on here from an author that I've read before. So we've got a couple of options. We could go for a Helen Huang book, which I think The Bride Test is next. I think The Heart Principle is the 3rd one. So we could go for that, or we could go for Air of Fire. I think I'm going to go with The Bride Test. I have tried to read this before and put it down on like page 10 because I was bored. So we'll give this one another go, because Air of Fire I'll just pick up whenever I want to pick it up anyway. So we'll go with this. So my January TBR is here. We've got 8 books. Depending on how much time I have to read, I might end up picking up like another couple of books as well. Just, I have unread books on my shelves as well. The books on here are ones that like I need a bit of prompting to read, or ones that I know I want to read like really soon. I have a lot of kind of in the middle books on my shelves that I'm excited to read, but I don't need to read them like right now, if that makes sense. So just to quickly recap my TBR, we've got The Bride Test by Helen Huang. We've got Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. The Skyward Flight novellas by Brandon Sanderson. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. Court by Mariana Zapata. And Star Daughter by Shveta Thakrar. I think I will look up how to say that before I next talk about this, I promise. But yeah, that is my January TBR. I'm quite excited about a lot of these books, actually. I'm quite happy with this TBR. But we'll see. We'll see if there's any others that I end up picking up. There are some on my shelves now that I look that I am quite excited about that I might end up picking up. But these are the ones that we are going to start with in January. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a bit kind of low quality and I look a bit dishevelled, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe down below if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you're interested in seeing me elsewhere on the internet, all my socials are linked down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.